I want to demonstrate how to host a Vite React app connected with Firebase and host it on Vercel for free. So basically a full stack web application. So here I'm starting on Firebase. This is the database we're going to use and configure in our Vite React app. So I'm going to sign in here with my Google account. Okay, so I'm logged into Firebase here with my Gmail. So let's go to Go console right here. So this is one of my previous projects that I'm working on. I'm going to create a new one. That's what we're going to do here as a demonstration. Test project. Going to scroll down here. Going to keep Gemini enabled. I'm going to disable. Okay. All right, so now we have our test project here. Um, click into build here. Go to Firestore database. I'm going to X out of Gemini there. Okay. We're going to leave Firebase here at the moment. We're going to come back to Firebase. We're going to get our Vite app up and running so that we can connect it to our Firestore here. All right, so here I have my terminal on my MacBook. Going to CD into document. All right, so I added vite.dev/guide here. This is the command we're going to use to generate our Vite project. So we're going to copy and paste this right here, throw this into our terminal. All right, the project name will be test project. Going to go down here. We're going to use React. Go down here. Going to use JavaScript. No. Yes. It's taking a minute here. All right, so the app is hosting on this URL. Open that up. All right, so we have our Vite test project up and running on localhost 5173. I'm going to bring the test project into Visual Studio Code. So we got Visual Studio Code here. We have our browser on the right. Here's my repository. Package JSON here. TypeScript, React DOM. Going to source. App.js. If we just remove this part. Okay, now we're going to go back to Firebase here. So we're in test project. Going to build. Firestore database. Standard. All right, that'll be default. We'll do NAM5. Start in test mode. All right. No collections, database is empty, but it's here. Next, we need to get the SDK to copy and paste the code configuration into Visual Studio Code. We're going to connect the Firebase SDK to a file in our repository on VS Code. So what I'm going to do is go to Add App here, click Web. We're just going to give the nickname the same name. So we need to npm install Firebase. So we're going to go to the terminal. All right, now that that's added, let's check our package JSON. Gonna copy and paste the SDK from Firebase. Copy. I'm gonna add a Firebase file. JSZ, JSX. And paste that in there. Let's go ahead and console log Firebase config. All right, now we're going to bring this file into our app.jsx root. Import. Okay, so now that this file is created and our SDK is in here now, it's connected to app.jsx. We are ready to add collection data to Firebase. We can send the data to the Firebase database and we can pull in the data. Okay, real quick, I'm going to add H1 up here and just say test project so we can see it reflect on our development. So there's test project on our development. Now we're going to host this on Vercel. So here's the homepage to Vercel. You need to log in. All right, now that I'm logged into Vercel here, you see I have a lot of projects here. I'm going to add a new project. So now that we're here, we're going to go back to our terminal and we're going to create a git init. Now we're going to need to go to GitHub. So if you don't have a GitHub account, you need to create one. If you do, please log in. So I'm going to click new repository. Scroll down here and create repository. Test project. Now create. Okay, so now we're going to run these commands right here. So git add all, git commit, test project init. And then we're going to copy and paste this command to connect it to the GitHub repository. Git push origin master. I like to use the master branch. Okay, now we're going to go back to Vercel here. Now that we pushed the project up to GitHub, it should be on Vercel now once you're logged into Vercel. So here we go. We're going to import test project. Okay. And now we can see that it's being hosted on production. Here's the URL right here, and here's the project, and our test project is there. So in our next video, we're going to learn how to send data to Firebase and how to retrieve that data to Firebase in our React application so we can see the data displayed. Thanks for watching.